Hey everybody, welcome back to Guitars with David. And if you've been following along each week on my weekly releases, as you see in the last video, it was the brand new Epiphone exclusive color from Sweetwater, blue Les Paul Modern. So that means today we're looking at and unboxing the brand new Epiphone Les Paul Custom Black Beauty. And some of the changes with the Epiphone Customs, really good. I think they should have done this a long time ago. The diamond on the headstock is now larger. Not quite as large as the Gibson Brethren, but it is closer. And in my opinion, looks way better than how they've been doing them for years now. Also, they now come with Graphtec nuts versus plastic, which is they've had plastic nuts for basically forever. And as well as the 50s wiring and CTS 500K pots. So the some very extensive and good quality upgrades on these new Epiphones that started in late 2019 for the 2020 year model editions. All right. Got the, again, Epiphone sticker here and just the little warranty card. Do not see the switch tip cover in here, so maybe it's on the guitar. Looks like it is. They've got a little covering, but let's get this baby unwrapped. All right. Can see that larger scale diamond already. Looks good. I love the Gibson Black Beauty Customs. Some of the most best looking gorgeous Les Pauls ever. The Epiphone is doing good. Yep, switch tip. Actually surprised to see that it's a cream colored switch tip. These are usually black on the Epiphones. They are an amber color for the Gibsons. I do see we have a very nice quality and colored ebony fretboard on here. Man, nothing really looks as good, in my opinion, as a Black Beauty Custom. They are just gorgeous guitars. Look at that. Just beautiful. And there is that larger diamond custom inlay on the headstock. Les Paul Custom truss rod cover. We've got the new Graphtec nuts. Taking a close look at this Black Beauty Les Paul Custom by Epiphone. The serial number dates the production of this guitar to December 15th, 2020. And I am really digging the new improved larger diamond logo on the headstop. It's closer to its Gibson Brethren, and as you can see, really nice pearloid reflective material there when the light hits just right. Real pretty. And of course we've got the not new now. It's been around for a couple years now, but the new Kalamazoo headstock, which they've been using for a long time on some older models. New for the 2020 and 2021 models moving forward is the new Graphtec nut. And this Black Beauty Custom will feature a Epiphone Pro Bucker 2 at the neck pickup and a Pro Bucker 3 at the bridge. And we'll take a look at the back side of those pickups and the cavity routes here. All right, let's get these strings off of here. See if we can go a little bit faster this time. All right, and the pickup ring screws. All right, with these screws off, let's go ahead and take a look at the cavity routings. And I'll tell you one thing that I'm interested in finding out is, does this have a short neck tenon or a long neck tenon? I know on the 2020 Epiphone Les Paul Standard 50s, I have one, and it sports a long neck tenon. So surely they would do the same on the custom model. Let's find out. And they they did not. We have a short neck tenon. I'm actually kind of surprised at that. You know, the custom models are, you know, the top of the line in most cases. So if they're going to do it for the 50 standard, why wouldn't they do it for the custom? The route itself kind of looks like a crime scene, to be honest with you. Really rough pockets in here, but actually don't see any splintering of the wood. Just the rough edges, what's left over the cutout. And here we have the Pro Bucker 2 in the neck, Epiphone USA. And this was done, looks like 2020, July the 12th, when this pickup was wound at Epiphone. And the bridge, Pro Bucker 3 is what the specs tell us. Yep, Pro Bucker 3. All right, and I don't believe I mentioned before, but what you get on these 2020, 2021 Epiphone Les Paul Customs, you have a slim taper neck. And it doesn't feel quite as slim as just the all-out 60s neck, but it's close. All right, and now for the back cavity control plates. All right, got those screws out. Let's take a peek underneath. Wow, lots of wood chips and debris under there. Wow. There's the back side of your Epiphone branded toggle switch. Wow, again, tons of wood chipping and sawdust in there. Jeez. Think they could maybe take an air hose blower and blow some of that out? All right, so we've got the CTS pots in here, just as they should be. Not sure why we see an M kind of carved in the back of the pot right there. That's kind of odd, and it looks like we got something scratched into the back of that pot also. Looks like possibly an 8. Not sure what that's all about. But you've got your CTS 500K pots just as it's supposed to be. All in all, the control cavity back pocket area here, routing and all looks pretty good. You know, there's one other new spec that Epiphone has been doing that I think for the most part has gone unnoticed by many, and I just kind of wanted to bring that to light. The screws that they are using for the hardware and the back cavity platings on their guitars. They're now using the smaller screws like their Gibson brethren that actually fit flush in the nice beveled area of the plastic coverings themselves, backplating, to where you no longer have that protruding up to where you can snag your shirt on them like the older Epiphones do. And if some of you out there, I'm sure you probably know what I'm talking about, but if any of you do not, I have here a 2003 made in Korea white Epiphone Les Paul Custom. And as we see to compare, see the older ones had huge screws that just they do not fit flush. They don't fit in a nice beveled spot. And if you were lucky enough to get one of these guitars so they actually screwed them in correctly, straight up and down instead of at an angle, wasn't that bad. But as a lot of Epiphones come out, there is some really bad QC that the screws get drilled in sideways, and you try and place stand up the Strat, and you'd have holes in your shirt from being snagged on these screws protruding out. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to light, that they no longer have those large screws, and they are fit really nice low profile now. So that is a nice spec that they have added to their lineup, and just wanted to bring that to light. Alright guys, well, since I drug out my 2003 Epiphone Les Paul Custom from made in Korea, to compare the screws on the back cavity plates, I thought, heck, why not? Let's just go ahead and lay them side by side, and we'll go through a couple differences on these guitars, newer versus older, from about 18 years ago. So, a lot of you maybe who may be just now starting to play guitars, if you're looking at Epiphones, you may not know all of the differences over the years that Epiphone has actually made to their guitar lineup. But just wanted to cover one of the biggest ones here. This 2003 made in Korea sports a very nice and smooth rosewood board. And the inlays, the pearloid block inlays, are just phenomenal looking on this older one. The new ones look nice too, but there's something about these old ones, especially the made in Korea models, they just kind of have that extra oomph. You know what I'm saying? And also there is the older diamond inlay logo that's always been on these Epiphone custom models up until late 2019, when they went with the new 2020 specs and the new headstock, and you have the larger headstock diamond logo, which is a lot closer to the Gibson brand, but not quite, but looks a lot better than the original smaller logo that we see here. Now again, a lot of folks said, hey, they went with Epiphone. The headstock logo Epiphone is now in the Gibson font, and wow, that's new, that's awesome. Well, they've actually done that for a very long time, and it wasn't real until the last 15 years that they had switched to a newer font. But you see on this 2003 model, it is the same font as what we have on the brand new ones, the same Gibson font. So, a lot of guitar makers and specs on guitars that they come out new, not necessarily brand new, stuff they just kind of rotate in and out of productions and specs over a period of a couple decades, and then they'll bring it back.